It's important to understand personal finance and to know how your business is funding that personal finance. The reason for that is because I don't want you to just pay yourself a salary. I also want you to be investing in retirement for your business, for you as a human. So I want that to be part of the overall expense of your business. Hey there, CEOs. Welcome to the Wedding Pro CEO podcast. I'm your host, Brandy Garr, and my mission is to help you, the wedding industry entrepreneur, to build a profitable wedding business that you actually love. On today's show, I'm going to give you 3 simple, easy to implement strategies to help you take your financial game to the next level. These are not just easy to implement, but they're also going to cost you no additional money. And so I say, sign me up, right? I love helping wedding pros think about and talk about money because it's such an important piece of our businesses. So many of your business decisions are driven by how much money you're taking in and how much profit you have. But one of the things that we lack in thinking about is our personal finance, how we are setting ourselves up as the business owner to have enough money in our personal lives as well. You know, as a small business owner, we don't have 401ks that a big old corporation is matching, and we often forget to think about our retirement. If there's one thing I could go back and tell my 26-year-old self when I was starting my wedding business, it would be always be thinking about building wealth. I wish I would have known that so many years ago. And so part of my mission in helping you to build a profitable business is also to ensure that you have the tools and resources you need to also be a profitable human, to have wealth as a business owner post your business. So these 3 strategies are very simple, and I'm excited to help you implement them really, really quickly in your business to help you build personal wealth. The first one is just to simply open a business credit card. Now, some of you are probably like, Brandy, that's not actually wealth building, but here's why this is so important. I hear so many of my students or wedding pros that I'm talking to tell me that they don't believe in debt, and so they do not have a charge card or a credit card for their business. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, I also don't believe in debt. Ira and I, my husband, are very passionate about keeping a debt-free life, and we work really, really hard to make sure that we don't have debt outside of our mortgage. So if that's you, keep listening. Don't tune me out because I'm with you. I totally agree. However, I also love the ability for my money to make me money back, right? Like if I'm going to spend it anyway, I want to get the highest return on what I'm going to spend. In my business, we spend tens of thousands of dollars a month just to keep our lights on, just to keep our business running. By using a credit card instead of just simply our bank or a debit card, we're able to get a return on that money. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can get a return. For instance, I love to travel. I love to travel. I don't love exorbitant travel. I don't need to go anywhere too crazy, but I do love to do mini trips with my daughters or my husband, or we love to all go away as a family on long weekends and things like that. So I love the ability to have airline points and hotel points so that when we want to get away, I can say, oh, it's free. The business can pay for it because we have these points, right? Our business uses a Platinum American Express. I love this credit card so much because there's so many travel perks to it. You have lounge access at the airports. You have 5 times points when you spend on travel. There's so many upgrades. You get like upgraded status with Marriott and Hilton. If you love travel or you enjoy traveling, it's something you want to do more, and you want your business to pay for your travel, really to make it a free trip, I would highly encourage you to look into the American Express Platinum card. Now, it's really, really important that you choose a credit card that is really going to benefit your lifestyle. So if you don't travel a lot, or you just don't really care that much about travel and you'd rather have cash back, then I would encourage you to find a great cashback card. There are so many out there, but a few that I've heard are amazing are the Chase Sapphire or the Chase Ink card, or also the Discover Cashback card. Now, when you're looking at these cards, a lot of times you might see that it's like 2% cashback, right? And you're like, 2%? Like, who cares about 2%? But let me tell you, 2% adds up so much when you're spending it for your business. Every single month, if you spend $5,000, $7,000 on your softwares, your Canva, your conferences that you're going to, if you charge all of that to a business credit card and then pay it off every month instead of charging it straight to your debit card or straight to your bank, you can get 2% cash back. And what I think would be a really great idea to do with that is to take that 2%, put it in a savings account, and then at the end of the year, you can give yourself a bonus or, take your family on a mini trip because of it or buy your Christmas presents with it, whatever it is that you want to do. But that's bonus money. And again, it's not costing you anything because the only difference is that instead of spending through your bank account or through a debit card, you're going to charge all of your business expenses to one card. And then every single month you pay it off in full. Okay. So every single month you're going to pay it off in full. And that's the important piece because for everybody that was listening to this and is like, I don't do debt, Brandy, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get into debt. I'm with you. And it's not debt when you pay it off every single month. The only difference is you're charging it to a credit card that's going to give you rewards instead of charging it straight to your debit card. And listen, I love being able to tell my family that my business is the reason we're able to take this trip. And it's like a little bonus for all of us, right? So I love being able to say, oh, I got this. We're taking this trip for free because of my business card, right? That's so exciting. And you're spending the money anyway. Okay. So tip number 1 is to make sure that you have a business credit card or charge card that really benefits you for what your lifestyle is, either a cashback card or a travel rewards card, either one, whatever works best for you. Number 2 is to open a high yield savings account. Now, this is one that I've only just recently learned about, and I wish it's like another time where I would say, I wish I would have known about it sooner. Most of us as business owners have a savings account, typically at your bank, right? That you have a savings account of a couple of months of expenses so that, if the world melts down again, we all have some cash in the bank to help us get through any low months, right? So the goal is to have 3 to 6 months of your expenses in a savings account. And most of us have those savings account with our bank, and the bank gives us like 0.01% interest. It's like minuscule how much interest that you're going to get. But what I would suggest is to open a high yield savings account where you can easily get the money as needed if you need it, but that's going to return a 4 or 5% interest. This way, if you don't need that money, it's sitting there in a savings account just like it would be at your bank. But every year, you're going to yield a 4 to 5% interest on that money. Again, this is a tip that is costing you nothing. You already have a savings account. It's just a matter of putting that money in a different savings account so that you can let it make money for you. I don't know about you guys, but a 4 or 5% interest on money that's just sitting in an account that I don't have to do anything for is a huge amount of money to me, and I want that money. What I would suggest if you're looking for a high yield savings account, you'll start to notice throughout this episode that I'm a big Amex girl. If I could affiliate for Amex or be their sponsor, I would love to because I love American Express for a billion reasons. But this is another one, right? So it's not just because of their travel cards, which are amazing. I love them. It's also because of their high yield savings account. So you can open a savings account right there with American Express, and their interest rate as of the recording of this episode is over 4%. I think it's like 4.15 or something like that. Now, I opened ours and it was as simple as this, you guys. I literally went into my American Express, which I already have an account with them because we have their credit cards, right? Right on my account homepage, it said open a high yield savings account. I clicked it. I put in like 3 bits of information, again, because we're already a card holder. So it was very, very simple. And then it approved me. It made me wait 48 hours to make a deposit. And then I literally just transferred our money from our business savings account at our bank to our American Express savings account. It was literally that simple. It took me less than 30 minutes total. And now that money that we have in case of an emergency is sitting with our American Express and it's drawing interest every single month. Like it's giving us more money every single month. And we don't have to do anything additional. The really cool thing about this is that that money is easily accessible. So if we have a down month or I need to get it for any reason, it's not like sitting in some bond or CD where I have to go do work to get out. I can literally just transfer it back to our bank account. Super, super simple. There's nothing difficult about this. So this is way number 2 that I want you to let your money make more money for you by opening a high yield savings account. Again, I highly recommend the American Express one, especially if you're already an American Express customer, but there's so many. If you just Google high yield savings account, you can see the different ones and research the one that's really best for you and that you feel good about. I know I've seen some that are almost 5.5% interest. For me, the reason we chose American Express was just because I'm already a customer. It was easy. I know their platform. And so I was willing to take a little bit lower interest to get that ease of use. So that's why we chose American Express. Number 3 is to make your personal finance a priority. So often on this show, in my programs, I'm constantly telling you how to build a profitable wedding business, right? I want to talk about your business finances. I want you to have lots of sales, low expenses, and great profit in between. But what's really, really important for my business owners that are listening is to make sure that you're considering your personal finance as well. If your business is your income, which for most of us, that's the goal, right? Is that your business is going to be your sole income. That's wonderful. It's so important that your business also fund your personal finance. And so I want you to really be thoughtful about learning about personal finance. Personal finance, when I'm talking about that, I'm thinking about things like where you can invest your money, how much you're going to be set up for retirement, when you're ready to stop going to weddings every weekend or when you're ready to sell your business. I really want you to be thinking about that personal finance. As business owners, we don't have a 401k that's being matched for us all the time. And so it's important that we're thoughtful about opening a Roth IRA or setting up a simple investment plan for your business. It's important to understand personal finance and to know how your business is funding that personal finance. The reason for that is because I don't want you to just pay yourself a salary. I also want you to be investing in retirement for your business, for you as a human. So I want that to be part of the overall expense of your business. Now, one of the ways that I love learning about personal finance is through podcasts and books. I'm an audiobook girl. I love to listen. Can you tell? Because I love podcasts. I love audiobooks. One of my favorites, and I'm going to highly recommend that you go listen or watch, is Ramit Sethi. He has a book called I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And he also has a podcast called I Will Teach You How to Be Rich. And he also has a Netflix special called How to Be Rich. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to learn from this guy. Like, I'm not all about, I just want to be rich. I think that feels icky to me. Like, I don't want to just be rich, right? But what he talks about is having a rich life and that is different for each of us. And when I started listening to him, I was like, this is literally what I talk about to my business owners all the time. I'm constantly saying, I want you to design what a successful business looks like to you so that we can craft your journey to get there, because everybody's version of success is different. Well, he speaks the same language, but for personal finance, which is everybody's rich life is different. And you have to know what your rich life is to be able to design it and to be able to build wealth to support it. And so I love listening to him. He has such very tangible tips on how to build personal wealth. And he talks a lot to small business owners as well. So if you are more of a Netflix kind of a girl, go watch his Netflix special. I binged it. It was 8 episodes, I think 8, and I binged the entire thing on a road trip. I loved it so much. I was by myself on a road trip to a speaking event, and I listened the entire way there to this Netflix special. I listened the entire way back. I was obsessed. It was so good. Now I'm reading his audiobook or listening to his audiobook, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. There's just so many great tangible tips that I hadn't even thought of. But at the end of the day, what I love about this and what I want to encourage you, CEO, to think about is that you are your business. Like your business is you, you are your business. And even once you step out of the day to day, even once you reach that point where you aren't involved in the day to day and you're now having other streams of revenue and things like that, you're really in that CEO role. You still have to be thinking about how your business is setting you, the CEO, up for retirement. So, learning about and investing in your own knowledge about personal finance so that you can really have your business set you up for that wealth once you retire and or once you sell your business is so important. Let me recap really quickly. Number one, easy tip, easy way to level up your finances: open a business credit card with rewards, either for cash back or for travel, so that your business can bonus you out as the CEO with little trips or little bonuses from your cash back. Tip number two is to open a high yield savings account so that your money is making you money and you don't have to do anything for it. And tip number three is to really make your personal finance a priority so that your business can start to fund your retirement or your wealth building post having your business. I hope that this episode was helpful. If you have questions about any of the things I talked about in this episode, or just about finance in general, I would love to answer them. So pop into the Wedding Pro CEO community on Facebook. If you're not already there, you can join us. It's free. It's a great, thriving community. You can drop down into the show notes, click the link, join us there. But I'd love to know what your questions are regarding finance or regarding how you're wealth building for your business, because this is an area where I think we don't talk about it enough. As female business owners, we often are afraid to talk about it. We're afraid to talk about money, and I'm going to break that stigma. I want us to be okay being excited about money and wanting to make more, because it's okay as a business owner to want to make more money. That's what you're here for. That's what you're in business for. So you guys, thank you so much for being here every single week, and I will see you next time.